Hi everyone. Leadership is such a vast subject, and the need for constant adapting to the environment, the need for constant learning is so vital, especially when today the audience changes, every year. The environment changes, the way we communicate changes, the way we present ourselves changes, the way we interpret things change, right? So I'm going to be sharing with you 5 myths of leadership, some principles that you can apply in your daily life and see a difference in terms of effectiveness and productivity. The first myth is action versus values in action. So leaders take a lot of decisive action. They take a lot of strong decisions that are important for their company, that are important for their team. But if those actions are backed up by their values and are demonstrated strongly again and again, then their brand becomes stronger. People know them for what they are doing, and there's a better understanding of the actions, and there is a better participation from the teams. Myth number 2, risk averse versus risk taking. Well, as a leader, we are supposed to protect the identity of the company. We are supposed to protect our employees, our stakeholders, our investors, right? However, if we become a little risk-taking, which means that we apply a growth mindset to introduce new ideas, to do things differently, to provide an incubation for this within our teams, teams who go out, teams that are working on new products and solutions, teams that are working in environments which need that kind of a mindset, then our growth can actually be much different. So if we apply a bit of risk in the way we create products, in the way we create services, in the way we interact with our stakeholders, we can explore and find out more ways to do things differently. Myth number 3, results focus versus learning focus. Results and outcomes are very important. Our investors need it, our employees need it, people internally, people externally, our customers, right? They buy our products and services, they believe in us for the results and outcomes that we present to them. But can we change that focus a bit? Can we encourage learning? Can we encourage employees to bring out new ideas into the system? Can we look at bringing in experts from other fields and trying to see how things can be done differently? If nothing else, at least it will open up our eyes to understand the world as it's changing, and it definitely helps us in the long term. Myth number 4, always winning to failing fast. It's really good if we're always winning. But is that a reality? Not really. Many companies, big or small, plan everything to win all the time. But it's also good to fail fast, to move ahead, to take accountability, and at the same time to learn from it. For companies who look at disruptive ideas, for companies who look at experimenting, for companies who look at incorporating a culture where it's okay to fail as long as we move ahead, where it's okay to make mistakes, learn much more. Myth number 5, saying yes versus saying yes to the person but no to the task. Now, with your millions of ideas and all this entire energy where people will be coming up with so many things, you will have to filter, you will have to prioritize. So how do you say no? Well, one is to align things according to a vision and tell people that yes, incubation, ideas, learning, failing, everything is good as long as it's aligned to a certain vision. This will help people look at the entire approach as something which is focused. as something which is laser sharp rather than a scattered kind of approach where people will be bringing in a lot of ideas on the approach, on the way you present your product, on the way you service your product, on the way you work with your customers. So look at a very, very safe zone. Look at a certain area that you want to open up and say yes to people, but say no to the tasks or to the changes that you're not ready to risk at that point of time. This will help people to understand that as an approach, you're open to understand, you're open to ideas, but at the same time, you're trying to integrate all of that in a synergistic manner rather than taking up everything and anything that comes under the sun. So these are the 5 myths of leadership that if one can understand and incorporate in their own authentic leadership style, it can make a lot of difference in their approach to taking risks slowly and to making a difference which will be long lasting and which will be really strategic and beneficial for the company and the leader both. This is Alka signing off. Bye bye and see you soon.